Professional athletes make millions and millions of dollars per game or contract signed. Aside from the fortune, of course, they also get the fame. Commercial deal here, TV show there, and fans shouting their names everywhere. But what happens after the limelight fades? You see, 10 years is the average career span for a professional athlete. Then they retire after. If they make one wrong move in their career, the money they saved after years and years of playing will vanish in just one snap of a finger. Yep, just like that. Welcome to Financial Pay Dirt, where you learn about the best, the most interesting topics on YouTube. In this video, we are looking at 10 superstar athletes who lost everything. Number 10. Mike Tyson. Known as the baddest man on the planet, Tyson was just 20 when he became the youngest boxer to become a WBC, IBF, and WBA champion. Over the course of his career, he fought in over 100 professional matches, held the heavyweight championship more than once, and earned more than $400 million. With all the glam and glory, everyone was shocked when he declared bankruptcy even before he retired in 2003. I bet you're asking, where did all the money go? According to a New York Times article, he was an aggressive spender on everything from jewelry and limousines to Siberian tigers. He also filed a $100 million suit against his promoter, Don King, for allegedly cheating him out of tens of millions over the course of the 90s. Number 9. Warren Sapp. Sapp is known to be one of the most acclaimed names in the NFL. He is also known to suffer one of the most memorable bankruptcy stories ever. He had to sell off all of his belongings, and it was a lot. During his NFL career, he earned an average of $82 million. However, at the end of his career, his bank account was like many other people's in the real world, having just a little bit over $800. At an auction held in his $4.1 million home, all of his expensive taste items were auctioned off. Some of the items included his huge expensive tennis shoe collection and a lion skin rag. Well, he clearly had more expensive taste than he could afford. Number 8. Allen Iverson. Even with his tiny stature for an NBA player, this former shooting guard was once the league's MVP, not to mention one of the highest earning basketball players in the world. During his 2008-2009 season with the Detroit Pistons, Iverson's salary was just under $21 million. But when Iverson's wife Tawana filed for divorce in 2010 after 8 years of marriage, a different financial picture came to light. Iverson was apparently broke, in debt, and incurring monthly expenses that greatly exceeded his earnings. Number 7. Antoine Walker. Being a 3-time NBA All-Star, an NCAA and NBA champion, Walker earned just an estimated amount of $108 million over the course of his 13-year NBA career. However, Walker matched his big earnings with financial decisions that were questionable at best. He reportedly never wore the same designer suit twice, and said he was lending financial support to 70 different friends and family members at the height of his spending. Yikes! Back in 2009, Walker was arrested for writing over $1 million in bad checks to Las Vegas casinos. He filed for bankruptcy in 2010 and has since teamed up with Morgan Stanley, where he provides insights to financial advisors and clients as a consultant for Morgan Stanley Global Sports and Entertainment. Number 6. Sheryl Swoopes. Everyone knows that WNBA salaries are notoriously lower than those in the NBA. Swoopes, a 3-time Olympic gold medalist and WNBA MVP, earned over $15 million by becoming the first female basketball player to lend her name to a sneaker, the Nike Air Swoopes. Unfortunately, after a series of bad investments, she filed for Chapter 13 bankruptcy in 2004. In 2009, when Swoopes was 37 and was cut from the Seattle Storm, she was so poor that she couldn't afford to pay rent. We are already halfway on our list. What do you think about this insane story so far? Let us know in the comment section below. Number 5. Darren McCarty. Generally speaking, NHL players don't make quite as much as the stars in other professional sports. But I bet you'd think that a four-time Stanley Cup winner who earned more than $15 million during his 15-season career as a tough-nosed enforcer on the ice would have been comfortable in retirement. Well, you kinda guessed wrong. McCarty reportedly fell under the influence of drugs and gambling and filed for bankruptcy in 2006 before his NHL career had even come to an end. Months later, he was also accused by the IRS of failing to pay his taxes. In 2012, McCarty was featured in a couple of episodes of True TV's Hardcore Pawn, where he was shown working at a pawn shop featured in the show. Number 4. Dorothy Hamill. Even decades after winning a gold medal for figure skating in the 1976 Winter Olympics in Austria, Hamill was one of the nation's most popular athletes. A 1993 survey by the Sports Marketing Group of Dallas placed her popularity above that of Michael Jordan. Can you believe that? When she signed a $1 million a year contract to skate for the Ice Capades, a franchise she would later come to co-own, her financial future seemed to be steadily set. But sadly, America's favorite figure skater was forced to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in 1996, blaming her estranged husband for steering her into bad business decisions. Number 3. Lenny Dykstra. More than a decade after his Major League Baseball career had ended, this former Mets and Phillies star seemed to be on top of his financial game. In fact, Dykstra listed his net worth at $58 million. He even had his own website for investing ideas, Nails Investments, a magazine geared toward athletes' high-end lifestyles, a Players Club, and a financial advice column on TheStreet.com. But in 2009, Dykstra claimed to be a victim of mortgage fraud, which led him to lose his house to foreclosure. Not long after this, he filed for bankruptcy, listing less than $50,000 in assets and $10 to $15 million in liabilities. In 2012, he was sentenced to 6.5 months in prison for bankruptcy fraud, concealment of assets, and money laundering. Number 2. Jago Maradona. One of two recipients of FIFA's 2000 Player of the 20th Century Award, Argentinian footballer Jago Maradona is considered one of the best soccer players of all time. He has set the world record for soccer team transfer payments twice, and for coaching a gig for Dubai-based team Al Wazal, which earned him a salary of nearly $3 million per year. Wow! Unfortunately, he was not as lucky with his management of personal finances. The Italian government claims that he owes $50 million in unpaid taxes from his time playing for Napoli from 1984 to 1991. Before we reveal tip number 1, please hit that like and subscribe button and join the family. Number 1. Mark Brunell. Mark Brunell has made about $50 million playing for the NFL on the NY Jets. But in the end, he had about $5 million in his account with about $25 million in debt. Reporters say that Brunell had a lot of bad luck with real estate investments and bad business choices. He bought a lot of Whataburger franchise restaurants where 5 of the 9 went belly up. It seems that his bad luck with investing was the biggest role of his financial downfall. That's it, guys. Those are 10 superstar athletes who lost everything. Whose story were you most familiar with? Let us know below. If you liked the video, let us know by dropping a comment or hitting the like and subscribe button. Also, turn on your bell notification so you don't miss out on our future videos. See you next time.